Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy second recording on this Thursday. I want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. I got a word for you. Tap in. Guys, it's going to be a quick recording. I have to go in to have dinner. But it's pinging in my spirit, so that tells me at least one person needs it. So if it's just one, that is A-okay with me. Tap in. So we all know that life is a journey, all right? We all going to agree there. Life is a journey. But there's going to come a time where God gives you a promise. He's going to give you a download, right? And that's different for everybody. We all are trying to reach a different destination. Everyone don't have the same destination, but it's still that journey from the time you heard that download, from the time that you arrive to do season, destiny season. There's going to hit a pivotal point where things are going to become so stagnant. You are going to want to turn back. Okay, so I'm trying to say what it is I'm envisioning. All right, so when you first heard the download, there's this rush of energy, right? You're all excited. You're prepping for it. You're doing it. You know, God promised you a job. God promised you a ministry. He promised you a spouse. He promised you this, all that stuff. So you're all excited in the very beginning. And then you start to hit delays or little bits and things of pieces, right? But then there's going to come a time. And that time is going to be more so less in that very middle, or even very close to destiny. And within that time frame, everything that you believe when you first heard the download, you're going to doubt it. All that energy that you once had, that drive and that motivation, is going to subside. And you're going to want to turn back. You're going to want to turn back and go home. Maybe you want to turn back and go back to that ex. You want to turn back and just go back to that old job. Whatever. You just want to turn back because it's not making any sense. You're not even seeing God's hands move any longer, where you may have seen his hands in the beginning. Now you see absolutely nothing. You don't see his hands moving any longer. You probably ran out of money. Wherever you are, it's probably just not working out, and you're questioning, is it even really worth it? And your mind is made up to turn back because it doesn't make sense. You start questioning yourself. Did I even hear from God? Was that a familiar spirit? Right? Was that my flesh? But one thing personally, because we all hear from God differently. When God gives me a promise, it doesn't leave me. Even if it feels like it sometimes, it always comes back. It's like a haunting thing that just won't leave you alone. But there's a peace when you got it initially in your spirit. So just because you're no longer seeing fruit at this very second. Now, I'm not speaking about not seeing fruit from the beginning, middle, or end. I'm speaking about there becomes a standpoint where it seems like at some point you saw some fruits and it's just like, boom, you just hit this plateau. God went silent on you. Do not turn back. Do not give up. If, all caps, if you know you heard from God. There are so many things that could be happening in that season of delay, frustration, stillness, whatever you want to call it. Number of things that can be. That can be God testing you to really see if you really want it like you say you want it. That could be you already went and did something crazy and God just realizing, like, okay, wait a minute here, right? Your flesh needs some more taming, so let me work on some other things. Or on that other side, wherever you're going or whatever he promised you, there's some things going on that you don't know about that he has to, work out. You could also have some demonic spirits because you already opened your mouth and spoke too fast to the wrong person. This is why I tell people silence is key, for real, right? You could have already opened your mouth and told the wrong person something. Now you got warfare, spiritual warfare that's holding up the promise, holding up the blessing. If you're going through this, I want to challenge you to ask God, what is this stagnant place about? Because he'll tell you. When you ask him, wait for the answer. If you have to go on the fast, do whatever you have to do, but wait for the answer, because there's always something. And see, when we're moving and doing and distracted, we just feel like, God, where are you? And sometimes it's truly things that we could be doing. But I remember that place on my journey, like it was yesterday. Now I'm in a different place. Now I'm like, all right, I'm in due season, right? I'm not like all the way up in there yet, but my toe is in due season, right? I'm ready for my foot to be up in due season, but my toe is in due season. But then when I was driving just now, headed to dinner, I thought about the time when I hit that plateau. And I thought, and I'm not the person to give up. I'm not that girl. Anybody who knows me will tell you the reason why I've been able to achieve some of the things in my life that I've been able to achieve is because I do not give up. I don't care how tough the road gets. I don't give up. So to think about that, there were times when I hit that plateau that I thought about, and I didn't, right? So it's not like I was just ready tomorrow to give up, but those thoughts crossed my mind. And I was like, listen, this ain't even worth it. This ain't even worth it. And when you start speaking like that, Satan is, when you start saying things like, it's not even worth it, I made the wrong decision, and such and such, Satan is just laughing. And when he got you right there, he's going to start plugging more things into your head to make you think you're going crazy. And then boom, you're going to hit a place of depression. So I want to encourage you, if you're at that plateau, stand still place where you feel like you can't hear from God, you feel like you made a mistake, you feel like it's just not worth it, please ask God, what is this about right now? What is this weight about? He will tell you. Whatever he tells you, please get at it. If he tells you your flesh is still not strong enough, and he gives you instructions, please obey. If he tells you just to shut up and be quiet because he's working something out on the other side, and he's going to tell you stop putting your hands in things, and my God, was that me? Stop putting your hands in things and just sit here and leave him alone. He have to really deal with me like that, for real, right? To leave him alone, you have to obey, regardless of how hard it is. It's truly a process. It's truly the longest thing. And I just keep thinking as I'm driving, like me, again, being the person who don't give up, me being that determined A personality. If somebody with that type of mindset and personality can even think about giving up, what does that say about individuals who may not have that A personality or like that go-getter mindset, right? It will be so easy to give up because it's so freaking hard. It's hard. But now I'm in a place now where I look back and I'm like, my God, what if I had gave up? Just what if I had gave up? But I didn't. And now I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. And that's why I wanted just to come on really quickly and encourage someone who may be going through that, because I remember that time. That's a dark place and it's hard. You feel alone, you feel lost, you feel confused, you feel like a fool. There's so many different emotions that will go through you. But you got to know, throughout that whole time, God will never leave you. He's never left you. He's there, right? He may be silent. He might go silent on you because you won't leave him alone, but he's with you. And God is strengthening you. He's preparing you for the blessing. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.